Well, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you might be. I want to thank you all for joining us here on office hours. We've got some people that are coming in here as we go along. I want to introduce myself and my esteemed colleague here, Scott Kitzman, joining you here as
Morning,
we
Greg.
get ready for some race analysis, race
absolutely.
race review.
Race review before trials.
Right before trials. So I've been down in the facility. It's great. It's a heck of a setup. I think you're going to like what you see. But what we do want to do is we want to make sure that we get everybody squared away so that you can take advantage of race review. Really want to thank Brendan Hansen at USA Swimming and thank everybody at USA Swimming for putting on this great service. This is something that we're able to provide to coaches and athletes free of charge. If you know the origins of this is something that we've done for the last 3 or 4 years, really after COVID, when it just became so much more difficult to ship lots and lots of video screens all around the country to these meets. We came in and started helping out Brendan and the team there. So we're also excited to have the entire sport development staff that's going to be available to you throughout the meet. Just some, we'll get into logistics, but when you get to the meet, you will see that we will all be located right next to the resolution table and right between resolution table and right between staging for finals. And we've got 3 high top tables. We'll have a team of folks there that have both big screen and some tablets. So as soon as your swimmers' races are done, if you give us about 10 minutes or enough time for them to warm down, then we'll be able to get you your video and show it from anywhere.
Right.
Scott, anything that we're missing here?
Let's cover how you get how coaches and swimmers access these files. So first of all, a coach needs to be registered on Swimcloud, and you do that simply by when you log in to Swimcloud, there'll be a link up here in the upper right hand corner. It says register. If you are a coach of more than one team, say a collegiate coach who also has a club coach or a club team, Swimcloud staff needs to add the additional team to your profile. Right here, I'm impersonating John Klinge of Purdue. You see here by clicking on John's avatar in the upper right-hand corner, he has 2 teams, his Boilermaker Aquatics club team, and then he also has access to the Purdue University team as well. And once these videos are uploaded and tagged to your swimmer, your coaching staff, whether they're at trials or even back home, has access to the video as well as your swimmer. And all you do to access your videos is click on the link over here on the left, and all the latest videos are going to be up here, and you can search by swimmer's name, the event, and these will be in chronological order. So again, if you are a coach on the call today and need to have another team added, my email address will be shown later on, and you can email me. We'll get that added to you. Anything I need to add there, Greg? I think that pretty well covers it.
I think the only thing that comes to mind is that, again, these videos will be available to you and every member of your staff that's registered. They'll also be available to individual swimmers. So as soon as the videos are uploaded, your swimmer's going to be able to log in. They'll be able to click on the videos link there that you see on the left-hand side, and they'll be able to see all of their videos. They won't be able to look up other folks' videos for privacy and licensing concerns. So they'll only be able to see their things, but you as a coach, you're going to be able to see all of your swimmers' videos as you go along.
Yep. Okay. Greg, should we hop in and show everybody how, once these videos are uploaded, what you can do with them? It's more than just watching and sharing videos. While that's pretty cool, there's a lot more that you can do with that. Should we get into the meat and potatoes of how you actually stamp a race? And folks on the call, we call it stamping a race because that's how the analysis gets done. The video gets played, and there's some keystrokes that you need to press in order to gather the information.
Yeah, and so everybody's aware, in addition to being able to review your races, you're going to be able to use our race analytics tools. And these will be available to you for 30 days after the meet, along with your videos. This allows you to really do some detailed race analysis, getting stroke rate, distance per stroke, underwater time, underwater velocity, above water, all types of different things. And we really try to boil it down as easily can. It's really just 3 keystrokes, and we're going to be able to coach you along the way when we're there. But to give you an idea, and if you do log in, you'll be able to find videos from past meets, so you can actually begin practicing this. But real guru that's behind this is a fellow by the name of Kevin Kennel. And Kevin is from Chesterton, Indiana, longtime Indiana Hall of Fame swim coach. So we're going to let him take it away.
Do the analysis on a swim, and we're going to use a 200 IM so that you can see, as I'm doing it, how you do each of the strokes. And this is Kara, one of my swimmers. You can see there where it's got her highlighted. This is what the screen looks like when you're getting ready to analyze. We call it stamping. Basically, all you're going to have to do is push the S and the D button, those 2 buttons, and that's all you've got to do. So the S button does everything except the turn and the finish. So it's very simple. So you simply press the S at start. Once you start the video, when there's the beep, it goes on, you press the S. When the hands enter in the water, you press the S again, and then you press the S at the breakout. As they approach the turn, you're going to hit the D as in butterfly as the hands touch, and then the D again as the feet leave. And I'm going to talk you through as we do this for each of the strokes. Okay. So I'm going to, this is Kara here. So you can see her. I'm going to go ahead and start this. I've got the sound down. So I pushed the S as she started, S as the hands hit, S as the head came out. Every time her hands are hitting in front, I'm hitting the S button. When she hands touch the wall, and touch the D again as her feet were pushing off the wall. And now I'm going the S button as her head broke. And then as she had the first hands enter. And this is giving me how many strokes? It's giving me the distance per stroke. Again, a D at the turn. And it's giving me the velocity. Backstroke, head break, first hand. So I'm touching the S button every time her right hand hits. And that's giving me the stroke rate, the distance per cycle. Now on backstroke, when the head drops, and then when the feet he'll push off the wall is when I'm doing it. Right now I'm again on her right arm. Breaststroke here as she touches D button, D as she pushes. Breaststroke when the head breaks, the S button, S again, S again, S again. So it's really pretty simple. And I have this at 3/4 speed. When you first start it, especially if you have a 50, you might want to slow it down to half. Breaststroke as the hands touch. And then as the foot pushes off, I press the D. So the only thing that you really have to remember is the S button and then the D button it turns, and then D again at the finish. Breaststroke is like fly on the turn. As her hands touch, I hit the D. Feet push, I hit the D. Head break, I hit the S. On that first stroke, I hit the S again. Now I'm touching every time her left hand enters. Freestyle like backstroke. When her head drops, I push the D. When her feet push, I put the D. And again, when the head breaks, and as the hands or the first hand entered, It's her left hand. Here, I'm going to push the D when she finishes. So right there, I push the D. And now it's going to give me this information.
So that gives you a sense of kind of how things go if you want to take advantage of the race analysis. Now, one of the things that you'll find is that Kevin makes it look super easy to do. And the truth of the matter is it's maybe not quite that easy to do. It does take a little bit of practice, but it is easy to practice. So one of the things that you're able to do as you look at this, and I'm going to see if we can pull up a screen, is we just want to show you how to edit this. And again, don't get too overwhelmed, because realistically, this is something that we're going to be on hand and be able to help you with. But we've tried to boil it down to make it really as easy as you can possibly imagine to do it. It's really just 3 keystrokes. There's something you wanted to add there, Scott?
It's the kids are really great at this. It's almost like a video game for them, and it really helps them own their own swims. Seeing their video and gamifying it, if you will, by just like any other video game, really makes it powerful.
So I'm trying to find a race here that we've got stamped, and and I'm not seeing one offhand. I'm giving you just a moment here. It really is kind of powerful to be able to.
I'm going to answer while you're looking for this race. Jared asked a very good question. Yes, every swimmer will be able to see their video on their Swimcloud account, not within a few hours. We're hoping within 10, 15 minutes of the swim. The process is that each heat is going to get recorded. Each heat is going to get saved onto a NAS box of USA Swimming somewhere located at the pool. That video is going to get uploaded to the Swimcloud servers with an event code. Our servers will read that event code, the women's 100 backstroke. We will get the recon file from the people running the meet. We'll know who's in the women's 100 backstroke heat 1, and that video will automatically get tagged. So it should be a lot quicker than a couple hours. And if not, come see us at the end of the.
No, and we'll have it available. And just so you know, when you log in, you'll see something like this, and you'll be able to type in the name of the swimmer that you're looking for. You're going to be able to type in the event that you're looking for. Again, this will be limited to kids that are on your own team. And if you are a college coach and you're working with 2 teams that, say Boilermaker Aquatics and Purdue University, then we'll need to get you added there. But to give you an idea, here's a race from a few years back that was stamped, and I'm going to guess that it was stamped by, probably stamped by Kevin, which means he did a really good job of it. But if you want to make adjustments, you're able to do it simply by clicking this little pencil button. This gives you an idea of the screen sequence. Again, it's really just these 2 keys that you need to focus on. But then when you're going through the race, you'll be able to manually drag and drop, and you can see, let's say that we're looking here and her stroke took place here instead of here. We could do that. If we wanted to, we can get here and we can see that she's at the 15-meter mark. If we want to add an action at the 15-meter mark, we can go ahead and do that. But once you've gone through that analysis, we do all the math for you. And now you're able to see what takes place in this race analysis. And we have a data dictionary that allows you to see this.
I was going to say, let's show them the table format too. Maybe on a longer race, say by 200.
What we've done is we've used basically the same. I actually know a good one. We've used the same terminology as USA Swimming has in their race analysis. So if you're seeing stats from them as well, I know which one we should be all looking for. Let's take a look at Leon Marchand's 500.
Now, Greg, because he's staff, has access to all the videos. Again, coaches on this call, you're only going to have access to your swimmers' videos.
So if we look here at Leon's 402, a couple ways to look at this, and you can see breaks it down by stroke. You'll be able to replay it, and it'll show the visualizations on top of there. The other thing that it does, though, is it summarizes things here at the bottom. And so one thing to consider, just thinking about Leon Marchand, we analyzed this race. We found that he spent 30% of his time underwater, but 45% of the distance underwater. So it gives you an idea just how much faster underwater he was than above water. But again, you can look at this from a tabular view, so you can compare from race to race. Anything that you want to add here, Scott?
Just maybe, Greg, cover all we've got the breakout seconds, the breakout meters,
Sure.
meters per second. We try to do, again, we do all the math for you, and what you do with it as the coach, that's where the art of coaching comes in. How are you going to get your swimmers to make the tweaks and adjustments from prelims to semis and hopefully onto finals?
And what we see here, so this entry time, this is the amount of time from the start of the race to the entry into the water, not necessarily the reaction time that Rowdy likes to talk about, but the actual entry time. This underwater, this is in seconds. This is the amount of time spent underwater to the breakout point. This point, 5.5 or 5.15 seconds. This is the amount of time spent swimming on the surface. The amount of time in the flip turn. So first split was 10.2 seconds. Wouldn't we all love to see a 10.2 second first 25 of our 500 free? We can see in the breakout that it took 4.7 seconds just about, and he covered 13.3 meters. Sometimes if you look, the camera angles are a little tough. So if you find that you need to adjust it, you can go ahead and adjust the distance here, and then we'll calculate the velocity in terms of meters per second there. He took 3 stroke cycles, 3.2 meters per stroke cycle, moving at a velocity of 1.85 meters per cycle. Fastest time for him, his fastest stroke was 1.24, average was 1.25, and he hit the 15-meter mark at 5.3 seconds. So that just gives you one way for you to begin to kind of play around with this as we go along. The other thing that you can do is you can actually compare races as you go through. So
comparisons are very, very powerful.
If I find it here, we'll use another example. I'm using Purdue as an example with a lot of stuff today because I happen to be in West Lafayette. But this is an example of several 200 backstrokes. And what we're going to do is we're going to look to see if we can compare a couple different races. So here's Abby Martakis going at 2:02.8. And if we want to start looking at some other ones, we actually have to find a race that's been analyzed at this point in time. And this is a great example because this is Abby when she swam it a little bit later after she made some changes. You go to compare, click that little hamburger to screen it out. And now what we have the opportunity to do, and I've got to make sure that the sound is turned off, is we simply hit play. We will synchronize the 2 races for you so that you'll get the starts at the same time. It's tough to keep them synchronized throughout the entire race, though, because guess what? As you're going to see here, one race is full 6 seconds faster than what you did previously. And as you go through the race, you can start to see how different things play out in that race. So in the first 25 here, not a huge difference, 0.2 of a second. But as we go throughout the race, you start to see different things start to add up. So when we get into this second 50, she's underwater a little bit more. She's on the surface a little bit less.
Watch the green bar represents where the swimmer is in the race.
Exactly.
For each video.
And as you see, this stuff starts to accumulate over time. The splits are similar, the same, but she's spending a lot less time swimming and a lot more time underwater kicking. And finally, by the final 225s here, you can see that it's a pretty substantial difference. We're looking at 16.3 seconds on our split versus 15.2. So realistically, more than half of her time was made up really in the last 50. And that's what you can do with the compare options. That's kind of a really brief overview of the resources and tools that'll be available to you as we go throughout this. We're happy to make it available. Your races will be available to you for 30 days after the conclusion of the meet. This is all being provided by USA Swimming Sport Development Team. So when you see them, make sure you thank them as you go by and really stop by. I mean, that's going to be
stop by and say hello. It'd be great to meet you, show you some other stuff. And again, USA Swimming and in particular Brendan Hansen is really pushing the race analysis as the way forward.
If there aren't any questions, I think we will close with that. If you do need to contact us, you can do so. We'll post each of our contact information here on the side. If I get the layout correct, we will. There we go. Kevin will be on hand, Scott, myself, and we'll have another guy there on hand throughout the course of the meet and available to help you out.
Yeah.
So,
best wishes to everybody. Safe travels. We'll see you on deck. Greg, thank you.
Thank you.